Everything we do with our hands, when we put passion behind it, creates a craft. And crafts have a tendency to ignite our souls. Hi, I'm Jim West, and I'm going to take you on a journey to one of the most exotic destinations around the world, the island of Bali. We'll experience the sights, the food, the people, and the traditions. But even more exciting, we'll explore the heart and soul of Bali as expressed through the hands of its master crafters, artisans who have been taught by their own family members for hundreds of years. We're traveling with a small group of crafters who will be learning firsthand from master artists. It's a connection with a master crafter that you just can't find in any other way other than being there. And we're taking you there. Bali, masterpiece of the gods, this time on Destination Craft. Bali. Just saying the name seems to cast a spell over you. Born in cults of ancient magic, it is a pageant, constantly recreated by its artists. Bali is one of the string of islands that stretch between Southeast Asia and Australia. It's one tiny dot of land among 17,000 islands that make up the Indonesian archipelago. Today, Bali is part of the Republic of Indonesia, but in spite of its size, in this place there developed an amazing civilization that remains unique on Earth. For the Balinese, arts and crafts is life itself. Entire villages are made up of families of rice farmers who are brilliant painters, weavers, wood carvers, dancers, and all of it is created to please their gods and appease the demons of the darkness. Morning, everybody. How you feeling? Look at those great smiles, just like Bali, right? So today we have something really exciting for you. I'm traveling with an intrepid group of passionate crafters. Lisa Wochuk, Emily Northern, Marcia Mowry, Deanne Schmidt, Tammy Kaplan, Gwen LaFleur, Marlis Weens, Eunice Sutter, and Judy Nelson. It has always seemed amazing to me that on an island as small as Bali, that each village seems to be known for a different craft or art form. The village of Mas, located very close to Ubud, is all about wood carving. Carving here began when the royal Balinese families moved into this region and began to buy and do business with the very best carvers. We've been invited to a class taught by master wood carvers at the Wismaya Wood Carving Gallery. Carvings here can range from very small pieces that make great souvenirs to incredibly elaborate pieces reserved for temples and stately homes. Our group is getting this great opportunity to make these traditional masks made of milkwood. It's a local wood that's found here in the Ubud area. They're making these traditional dance masks, and as you can see, everybody's pounding away. Lisa, how you doing? All right?
You know what? It's going really well. I'm having a great time doing this. This is my first time ever doing this. They make it look so easy, but yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Amazing, aren't they? The Balinese people have a name for their philosophy of life and living. It's called Trihita Karana, which means the three causes of prosperity. These three causes are harmony among people, harmony with nature and environment, and harmony with God. The principle of Trihita Karana guides all aspects of Balinese life, from daily rituals to architecture to conservation of resources. Bali shows us a whole new world, one in which humans and nature are fully connected. It teaches us how to honor life in all its forms, including its arts and crafts. What you find here is a way of life full of grace, fulfillment, and union with the divine. When you're long overdue for a vacation, do you ever feel like you have a monkey on your back? It's kind of what's happening here. I think this guy kind of likes me. Well, I think he likes the banana. How you doing there? This is the sacred Monkey Forest Sanctuary.
Look at that monkey. See, look at the baby. Look at the baby.
It's called sacred because the ancient Balinese were animists, and they believed that the soul is present in all things: humans, animals, trees, rocks, even thunder and lightning. The monkey forest is a natural preserve inhabited by wild and mischievous monkeys. And all over the place you find different things like meandering streams and pathways that even lead to temples surrounded by ancient artifacts. These long-tailed macaque monkeys are considered sacred in Bali, but they have a long history alongside humans. They're very smart and have been studied by scientists throughout the world. Mr. Neoman Buana is the general manager here at Monkey Forest.
I noticed that there's a lot of crafters here putting things together with cement. Why do they continue to build this up in the sanctuary?
As a tourist attraction, we have many competition today. So this is a part of our continuous improvement. When the visitors coming here, they always get the new experience. So why we continue develop our monkey forest to make the people more convenient when they are coming here.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Amazing, isn't it? That even in the heart of wild monkey forest, the Balinese continue to craft. A short drive after lunch is giving us a chance to drink in some of the dramatic scenery of the Balinese countryside. We're sailing past rice fields that the people here call steps of the gods.
Hey, Candia, get us a beer.
Okay, Jim.
All right. Bet you're wondering what I'm doing in a rice field, right? Do you know that a rice has something to do with crafts? It has everything to do with crafts. It takes about 4 months for a crop of rice to grow, and there's this 2-month period when the workers have nothing to do. So they go in these little huts here in the field, and they work on crafts, wood carving, all kinds of things. And then eventually, it becomes a business for them, and they make money. Who knew, right? All right, guys, let's get back to work.
We are now on our way to a small town in Peiying in the district of Gianyar. Our group has been invited to participate in the making of traditional batik fabric with master artists at the Batik Peiying. Let me tell you about batik. You see whole sections of it in fabric stores these days, but it all started here. In fact, it really began in the neighboring island of Java, but has since been identified mostly with Bali. The process of making batik fabric begins with drawings on plain white fabric. Then a portion of the drawings are painted with wax and finally dipped into different colors of dye. Once it's dyed, the fabric is put into a pot of hot boiling water so the wax comes off. Then it's rinsed thoroughly again and hung up to dry and finally ironed. It's kind of involved, but actually nothing too complicated that you wouldn't be able to do at home.
So ladies, just keep working. I know you're tracing your designs for the batik. You know, a lot of the colors for batiking come from different plants. For example, these are leaves from an indigo bush, and this gives you that great blue color. And then you have like the pomegranate here, which gives us almost like a vibrant yellow. And then we've got some of the tree bark here, all of this here. This creates like a little orange. Some of these are seeds, some of these are berries. So I know that you may not have some of these things at home, but experiment. Like go outside where you are at home and try to find some things that might create some color. You never know what you're going to discover as you do this.
Our ladies are immersed right now in a process that is hundreds of years old as they work side by side with these Balinese master crafters.
I'm going to show you something right around the corner here, but before I do, as we're walking here, you notice these things right here are made of silk, so not all batiks are done on cotton, they're done on silks. So you got all of these beautiful pieces that'll be in the showroom. But right here around the corner, our group is doing block printing. It's really fantastic. Watch this.
These hand-carved printing blocks have been handed down through generations, and our crafters are getting a rare chance to use them for their own fabrics that they'll get to take home. This is a batik fabric making at its very source, the workshops of Bali. Each finished piece is one of a kind, and it's been a real honor to work beside these master batik artists. Not too far from the Batik workshop was something I felt our crafters had to see. Just down this winding road lies one of the largest batik factories in the world. It's called Bali Batik Product.
When people think of factories, they think of loud, big machines, right? Look around me, looking back at me. These guys are doing all of this by hand. All of the batik you see around the world is done in this process. It's pretty amazing when you think about it, all the hard work, and there it ends in our store in these perfectly, beautifully wrapped packages.
What we're seeing here is how techniques that have been developed over hundreds of years are turned into mass production of beautiful fabrics, and it's all done by hand. Here, they're silk screening on a massive scale. They're hand dyeing in huge boiling pots. Bolts and bolts of fabric are scrunched together on tables and sprinkled with salt. Then they're placed in the sun to dry. And finally, the fabric is hung on 20-foot high beams. It's a primitive way of creating this beautiful batik, and it starts here in this almost farmyard-like atmosphere. Whether hand-painted, block-printed, or silk-screened, these beautiful batik fabrics have migrated from quiet little villages to worldwide acclaim.
So here we are in this shed warehouse located in this residential area. You'd have to go down an alley to get here. But what it is this is the warehouse where the batik factory sends all of their finished goods, and once they're here, they're put into bolts and sent around the world to major batik manufacturers. Now this here in this shed is about a fraction of what people would pay retail. So our crafters have this great opportunity today to buy these at seriously a fraction of what it would cost. So today's a good day for everybody.
You know, every day as we go in and out of our guest house here in Ubud, we see little crafts and plates of flowers. They are little gifts, daily devotionals meant to please and appease the various gods and demons of Balinese Hinduism. They provide a window into something much deeper within the Balinese culture. In Bali, textiles are considered sacred, and that conviction is at the heart of the Putri Bali weaving compound. The family of weavers here are carrying on traditional techniques that have been passed down through centuries. Beginning with the raw yarn itself, all the way to the woven cloth, they are a medium through which the divine nature of the universe is recognized and expressed. Absolutely every part of the weaving process goes on in this huge open-air room. Everything from spinning the yarns to tying the little thread knots called ikat that hold back the dyes until the artist paints them by hand.
These weavers use unmechanized looms. All of this is done by hand. New cloth is considered much better than old cloth, and the Balinese believe that they earn virtue with the gods if they replace their old garments for new ones.
Balinese textiles reflect the history and traditions of Bali. Cloth is central to all Balinese spiritual activities. It's almost overwhelming to watch.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Less than a half-hour drive from our hotel is the village of Chuluk, the gold and silver capital of Bali. Some even say one of the capitals of the world. We're at Prapan Jewelers, who many feel is the best here. The name Prapan comes from the Indonesian word Perapian, which means forge, the workshop of the metalsmith. I think the first thing our crafters were surprised by was the beauty of the modern surroundings in the middle of a tiny Balinese village. Everything here is handmade, and what's even more amazing is that some of the loveliest pieces are made with the simplest tools, using techniques that were practiced here long before the industrial age began. Most of the workshops are open for viewing, so you can see what they're doing for yourself. The Prapan compound is owned by a member of the Pade Mas, the ancient clan of Balinese smiths who work precious metals. In Bali, jewelry, especially gold, has always been valued more highly than money. In a travel world crowded with overpriced, big-name jewelry stores at every destination, Bali is a refreshing and affordable experience.
If you like elephants, this is the place to be. We're at the Elephant Safari Park and Lodge in Taro, Bali, and I'm riding on this magnificent 32-year-old elephant, the second largest in this park. But here we are taking a nice stroll through the jungle. Fantastic.
You know, these magnificent creatures aren't really indigenous to Bali. They were brought here by an Australian gentleman named Nigel Mason, who literally rescued them from central and southern Sumatra. The animals there were in danger of extinction from being herded into ghetto-like compounds. Their natural habitat was being turned into plantations of pulpwood and palm oil, so their numbers had dwindled from around 1,500 to as few as 200 today. Now, 31 of them, including baby elephants, reside in this precious piece of the Balinese forest. You can touch and hand feed them, watch them bathe, take photographs with them. It's pretty amazing.
I told you we'd be doing some really unusual crafts here in Bali, but I have to tell you, this is probably one of the most special ones that we've participated in, because we have a special artist today who's going to be painting the canvas of my shirt. And I gotta tell you, they're original pieces of artwork that not only are for the park, but are also for the opportunity to take care of these guys, which I think is pretty amazing. So as I'm being used as a canvas here, I wanna tell you, next time you're in Bali and you're looking for something really fun and very exciting to do, make your way to the park here. You won't regret it.
With a bunch of hungry crafters, we have a chance to attend a cooking class at the Lotus restaurant of the Malia Bali Indonesia Resort. Chef Ketut Sumerta rolled out an amazing array of locally grown ingredients, many from the Malia Bali Resort's own gardens. Fresh peppers, 3 kinds, wild ginger, little juicy shallots, candle nuts, limes, freshly caught snapper, lean minced ground pork, and of course, garlic.
All right, let's get started. Ladies, you ready to go? Let's go. All right, this is gonna be super.
We learned how to make 2 entrees, the most delicious fish wraps I've ever eaten, and skewers of marinated pork kebabs that originated in Bali and now have spread throughout Indonesia. And the rest was, well, just a pure foodie festival.
Ladies, look at this here. And this is what it looks like when it's finished. Okay, let's see. Look at those great colors.
Oh, so nice.
Lovely. Good job. Oh, wow. What can we say? Chef Ketut Sumerta, thank you so much.
Thank you very
You
much.
did a great job. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, you represent the chefs not only of Indonesia, but around the world in doing a fantastic job. So thank you from all of us. We're going to go home now, aren't we, and try these dishes? All right. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Remember, cooking is a craft too, and Chef Ketut is a Balinese master. One of the things I enjoy most about visiting artists and crafters in Bali is that their studios are also beautiful examples of Balinese homes. Well, that's the case with the painting studio of Dewa Putu Torres in the town of Batuan. This town's special claim is that it's the center of Balinese traditional painting. The Batuan style of painting is unique and known throughout the world. This kind of painting emerged here in the 1930s, when in 1978 the artist established a center of painting in his house. This studio has been passed down through 3 generations. Batuan is also famous for miniature painting. Every little space on the canvas or cloth is filled with delicate drawings. You know, the artists have an eye for great detail. So this is what it started with, right? Eunice drew a design, and then eventually, this is our finished product.
Hopefully, close.
You think?
Something close,
I
yes.
think you'll do a good job. You're on your way. So what's happening here is the group was given a small canvas to work with. And these two guys back here, although they look really young, they're not. They're master artists here in this beautiful art gallery where we're learning how to do the traditional Balinese painting. So everybody has an opportunity to create, use the colors, and learn a technique so they can take it back home and apply it and share it with their friends.
A lot of Batwa designs are related to sorcery and witchcraft. Scenes almost emerge and retreat from the canvas. Batuan style of painting is also known for black and white backgrounds, said to evoke the supernatural. This style of painting is so unique that you can eventually spot it anywhere.
So here we are at the end of our painting class. You know what really makes this really special is we had this as our finished product right here. And everybody, they come from different backgrounds as crafters, some quilters here, some embroidery artists, some mixed media artists, and some people have never crafted before, is that right? And yet you allowed your passion to come out through your hands to create this masterpiece. And everyone is completely different. So congratulations to all of you, job well done.
Remember the masks we were making at the Wismaya woodcarving gallery? Well, during our trip, our crafters finished them and we were given a rare honor of showing them to the Prince of Ubud himself. Prince Jokorda Putra is the grandson of the last royal king of Ubud and is still revered today as the living embodiment of the historic pageantry of Bali. What an amazing experience. Our crafters told me they'd rather spend time on crafting instead of on camera, but I couldn't wait to hear what they thought about their Balinese experience.
I think what would pop in my head when I reflect back on my trip to Bali, a lot of it is the people.
Being in the presence of the artist, you get much more of a sense of the master discipline.
It was wonderful to just see the master at work on my piece of art, and now I have a sort of collaborative piece rather than just something mediocre that I did.
To me, their spirituality is their crafts as well.
You are experiencing and seeing things that people experience in their daily lives.
They interact with their product that they're working with. Is it silver or wood or whatever they are working with? They're at one with that product.
It's so personal. They just have such a peaceful aura around them.
There is a spiritual sense throughout this whole country, and I don't know how to explain it. It just is there.
Suksama. The Bali smiles, they never stop.
When I think about it, the arts and crafts of the Balinese people have spread throughout the modern world. But as long as these people remain bound together by community, religious fervor, and ancestral loyalty, Bali will remain a sort of paradise, an oasis of beauty and belief.
Bali is calling. Visit the smiles, visit the passion. Welcome home. I'm Jim West, and we'll see you next time on Destination Craft.
If you'd like more information about this episode or any other Destination Craft show, log on to destinationcraft.com. That's destinationcraft.com.
Om.